going on YouTube, scooter folk out there? Hope you're all out there riding safe tonight, got your gear on. Nobody wants to put anybody in a casket because they don't want to wear their gear because it doesn't look cool. Wear your freaking gear. Live to see another day. This is going to be my very brutal review of this piece of junk. This is the F7 Ultra from iScooter. This thing's a death trap. An absolute freaking death trap. Let me tell you the things I like about it first. I bought this in June. It's got 448 miles on it right now. That's it. I'm 50 years old. I don't abuse it. I don't go four-wheeling. I don't do jumps. I don't jump off of curbs. I use this thing to go back and forth for my doctor's appointments, the store, to see friends and grandkids. 99% of the time it's driving on pavement. There's just one dirt road I have to go on that's a manicured dirt road that's as flat as pavement, well maintained. That's probably like an eighth of a mile long that I have to take to get to my doctor's office. That's the extent of four-wheeling on this thing. I don't abuse it at all. It costs $700. Free shipping. I believe the shipping was free on it. And I've had it since June. It's got, like I said, 448 miles on it right now, as of today. The things I do like about it, I bought it because of that big front tire. The other scooter I had rode small tires and hitting potholes. I'm in Massachusetts, so we have a lot of potholes here. Our roads aren't the best, cracks, curbs. And I felt that bigger tire was safer, and it is. It is safer having that big tire on there. You know, the back tire is pretty big too for a scooter. But it's got disc brakes all the way around, which when I got it, were completely out of alignment. I had to align the brakes, set them and everything when I got it before I could even ride it, because it basically didn't work at all. I could hit the brakes and go another 20 feet before it stopped, even at a low speed. So I had to fix that right away, right out of the box. That had to be corrected. The metal frame that they use here for the headlights, we might as well just call that paper metal. It bends and warps very easily. I hit it with my knee and it bent it. I was pulling into a bike rack and banged it just a little bit, and that's right there. I stopped trying to fix it, straightened it out. I got sick of it, and that's what happened this last time. I just hardly even hit it, bent it right to one side. Not happy with that. The padding's already coming off. It's coming off on the front here too somewhere. Like right here. Yeah, starting to lift off here. 448 miles. Never even seen the rain. I've never had it out in the rain. The display on it is a piece of junk. When it's a sunny day, you can't see anything on it. You have to literally pull under a tree where there's shade, or kneel way down and get way down low just to see what your power bar is at. That's pathetic. That shouldn't be happening. There should be a better freaking screen on here. It's not accurate either. The speedometer on it's very freaking off. I question whether I have actually 448 more or less on there, because this thing's so damn inaccurate. The grips, they don't like to stay on it. They come off. I've had to put this one back on. As you can see today, I'll tell you why this is like this. So the brutality of this is where the brutal part comes in, because this thing should be recalled. It shouldn't be. Nobody should be riding this thing, especially if you're an adult with any kind of weight. This entire area right here, the forks, this, and this, and this are all defective. Dangerous as hell, let me tell you. I'll tell you how that thing came off. These 5 screws here, I can't tighten those any more than they are. See this one right here? It's almost stripped because I tried to tighten it. Too much. All of them are almost rounded off. That cannot get any tighter than it is. I've had to tighten that over and over again, trying to get it to stop, because these handlebars keep moving. Today when I was riding it, I was riding down the sidewalk and somebody pulled into the crosswalk in front of me, slammed his fucking brakes on. I had to slam my brakes on. These handlebars went 1 foot forward. This grip almost came off the freaking bike because of it. I almost went over the handlebars head first into the truck. Absolutely scary shit. And I wasn't even going that fast. I was only doing like 18 miles per hour. And that's what happened. These handlebars moved forward. I've had them move backwards. When I've lain back, I've had them move. I could get on here right now and pull it back. Just I don't have any way to hold this camera if I do that. I suppose I could put it right there. And, yeah. Let's see if we can... That's as tight as it... That isn't going to get any tighter. That's the forward and backward motion. What's even scarier is I've gone up on curves and these handlebars have turned this way and got unaligned with the tire 5 or 6 times. So I've had to tighten these two down to the point that this one here is pretty much rounded off. I can't get it any tighter. These are as tight as it's going to go. You can't torque it any more than it is at all. So now you have the handlebars that move forward because this thing doesn't work right, and they go side to side because it didn't work right. Now here's the really scary part. The only thing holding these handlebars and these forks on is that screw. It's got this cheesy freaking plate, and this screw goes into a nut that's inside the fork tube. It's welded in there, inside the fork tube. Only at 3 points. That's it, or 4 points, excuse me, 4 points on the very corners and edges of the nut. And they look like bird poop. They're such bad welds. They're absolutely awful. That's another thing on this thing. Lots of shitty welds. Crappy welds on this thing. They look like freaking bird turds. I did welding for a living. Those are garbage. But this is literally the only thing holding your freaking handlebars and the forks together. There is nothing beyond this point that holds your forks together. Now the funny thing is I had this loosen up so that you could literally take the whole forks and jiggle them back and forth. There was massive play in here. What had happened was, what should be here, but what happened was, is inside of this rubber coated piece of metal, there's a ring in there that's got a cut in it, so it opens and closes, and it's pushed down inside of this. There's also one down there inside of this. I didn't even look at that one because we didn't fix that. We just left it alone. And that's what takes the play from the forks to the frame. That's what stops it from moving back and forth and getting play in it. What should be here is a star nut holding the forks on. There should be something here that you could tighten to make sure that these forks don't fall off of this bike. Because if that fails, the handlebars come off and the forks fall off the bike. They'll just come right out. Because that's all that's holding this whole entire thing together is that screw and a shitty fucking weld on a freaking nut that's been welded inside of the forks. That right there is going to get somebody killed or seriously injured. This setup is absolute garbage. My opinion is they should be recalling this and redesigning this. They shouldn't be selling any more of these until they fix it. They're well aware of it. I sent them a lot of pictures, a lot of documentation. I took it into a bike shop to have them help me fix it. They had a new piece made because I wasn't going to order one from freaking ISCOOTER because they had the same problem. It's made out of shitty, crappy metal. And I had that they machine another one of those, the same thing at the same size, and put it in there. And then we just put it back together the way it was with this screw and scrunched it all together. It got the play out of it, put it back to where it was supposed to be. But the fact that that happened was because this loosened up and this loosened up and came up just enough to cause enough freaking play in there. Literally, imagine this. You're going 30 miles an hour down the road. You lean back on your handlebars. They come off the forks because these screws ain't holding enough. They just screw right off of your fucking bike. This nut fails. These handlebars are coming off and the forks are going to fall out. And you're going to do a freaking face plant right into the freaking pavement or whatever the hell you're riding on and probably get very, very, very seriously injured, if not with a broken neck. I almost hit a freaking truck today and almost ate a truck because these handlebars won't tighten down any more than they are. There's nothing I can do about that. What I have to do is take money out of my pocket and find a way to modify this so that they won't move. Find a way to modify these screws, so they don't move. This shit's just dangerous. They shouldn't even be selling it. Now, like I said, I sent them video. We went back and forth in emails for like 2 freaking weeks. Explained it to them why they need to recall these. You need to fix this problem, and they just blew me off. What they did when I told them that I had play in it, they had one of their engineers, supposedly an engineer that designed this bike and helped put it together and all. They sent me a video showing him holding his hands to unscrew this, take this off, without saying any words. He's just showing you in the video. I should post it with this. And then when that comes off, he points to this and says, tighten it. They said right in the email, tighten the star nut that holds the forks on. It doesn't exist. There isn't one there. There's nothing tightened here. This just literally free floats here. It's all scrunched together and held together by that one screw into a shitty welded freaking nut in the middle of the forks. Take my advice, folks. Don't buy this. Do not buy this, especially not for your kids or anybody of any weight. I'm 50 years old. I'm only 170 pounds. Those handlebars shouldn't move with my body weight going forward. They shouldn't move. I'm highly disappointed in this thing. I went back and forth with them. The first thing they did was they offered me a freaking 10% refund. And then a 20% refund. And then a 30% refund. And I kept sending videos showing them, listen, this isn't safe. This shouldn't even be that. They told me if I want a freaking refund, that I should return it. But I have to return it in the box and everything in the exact same way that it was when it came to me, which we all know that doesn't exist. The box, I had to tear the box apart to get this thing out of it. So the last and final thing they offered me was a 50% refund that I took. And I figured since you're only going to give me 50% refund on a piece of shit that could probably kill me or somebody else, that I'm going to do a video anyways. And I'm going to let the world know that you shouldn't buy this because this is a freaking death trap. Do not buy this. Do not buy the F7 Ultra. Now they have other scooters. I have an i3 and an i5 that I bought from my granddaughter and my son-in-law, and they're well-built scooters. There hasn't been any problems with them. They've been running great. This is a new thing, and I think they rushed it out. I don't know why. There's absolutely no way that they didn't know that this was going to be a problem. If they tested this properly, like they should be testing it for safety, they would have known that this whole unit right here is just not good. It's no good. It strips out easy, and the handlebars and everything moves way too easy on it. This spacer here moves because it isn't scrunched in there correctly. And it won't. It just kind of free floats in there. So just take my advice. Don't buy this. Don't buy the scooter. There's so many other scooters that they have in the world that are so much better that it just... It's just a $700 death trap, basically. It's supposed to do 32 miles or 34 miles per hour. I've never gotten it more than 28. And honestly, I wouldn't want to go any faster with that because of that. So I'm going to get rid of this. In the next couple of days, we've got a Trevor Run Starfighter Supreme 7260 showing up here. And I'm very much looking forward to that. I just put all new gear for it. That's coming from Vero Motors out there in California. Seems to be a pretty good company, reputable. A lot of people know them. So, and this thing, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I want to sell it because, you know, somebody gets hurt on it, I'm going to feel freaking bad. So I may just keep it. I live in a trailer park. Just want to run around inside the trailer park instead of firing up that freaking hyper scooter. Just do a little to get my mail. I might use it just to do that, but I'm not going to ride this outside the park anymore. I'm not going to take this thing anywhere on the street, especially after today with those handlebars. That scared the crap out of me. I thought I was going to go over the handlebars right into that truck. And I thought I was going to get hurt really bad. And I can tell you right now that ISCOOTERS, it doesn't seem very worried about anybody getting hurt on this fucking scooter. I've given them all the documentation and talked to them multiple times. And they're still selling them. And they apparently don't give a crap that this is... Eventually somebody's going to get hurt really bad on this with a scooter. That's it. That's all I got to say. There's really just this. That's just for everything that's good, the design, the way I look at it, and everything. This thing just makes it a death trap. We are already taking a big risk when we ride these things on the road because people in cars don't see us, and we have to be extra careful to make sure we don't get hit by other cars and all that. To have this to worry about when you're riding, that the steering's going to fail on it, that the forks could fall out if that fails, and that you can't keep your handlebars up or down. It's just sad and pathetic. It really is. ISCOOTER, if you see this, you really need to recall this freaking thing and fix this problem, man. You need to redesign this and put a flare. You need to put a flare nut here, or a star bolt on this, to keep these forks in if this fails. It's literally the only thing holding your forks on is that screw. This entire assembly, if that comes apart, comes off. And all this goes into the ground with you. And if you're doing 25, 27 miles per hour on it, you're going to get hurt really bad. And that's really all I got to say about this thing. Very disappointed. But the good news is they got a real scooter coming. So a good one. And I look very much forward to riding that thing. And that's it. Like I said, I hope everybody out there is riding safe tonight. If you're out there riding around today, tomorrow, any other day, make sure you wear your safety gear. It's really important that you do that. You can trust your own skills, but you can never trust the people on the road that are in the cars that they're going to see you. You can never trust a pothole on the road or something. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt. Wear your gear. Be safe. Man up. Peace.